Carrizo. Excellent beginning there for the Inter goalkeeper, who's a second half substitute in normal time. It's a strong hand. It was near enough to him to make it more comfortable than it ought to have been by the Giovinco penalty. Sterari now to face Freddy Guarin. Oh, and another good stop. That's a better save, because that was heading for the corner from the Colombian. And Sterari makes an excellent save. So we stay blank in terms of the shootout. Goalkeepers on top. Here comes Claudio Marchisio. Anybody dare to go down the middle? As close as you could be from Marchisio. Juventus in the shootout. Here comes Ranocchia. Not much of a run-up from Andrea Ranocchia. Doesn't make any difference. That's calmly done. The coolest man inside the Sun Life Stadium there, Ranocchia. It's 1-1. Fernando Llorente. So much expected of the big summer signing from Athletic Bilbao for the forthcoming season. Well, that's calmly done. Two 2-1 Juventus. Ricky Alvarez, who gave Inter the lead in the first half of normal time. And a very energetic game in midfield. Can he do the business? He can, but only just. Clasp of the hands from Sterari. He wasn't too far away from getting to this. Two in the shootout, 3 penalties each. Andrea Pirlo. You didn't expect him to miss. Advantage again to Juve, 3-2 they lead. Icardi next up for Inter. They call it a Panenka. After the former Czech Republic player, or the old Czechoslovakia, with that little chip penalty down the middle. So often it works, and it does for Mauro Icardi. 3-3. It's 4 penalties each taken. The man who scored just before half-time in normal time to make it 1-1 from the spot. Arturo Vidal, the Chilean international, next up for Juve. It's convincing enough. And now Inter have to score to stay in touch. (4-3) for Juve. Can Storari be the hero? A lot of pressure on Belfodil. And for one so young and inexperienced, that was calmness personified from Ishak Belfodil. So at the end of 5 penalties each, it's 4 each. Sudden death from here on in. Up next for Juve then is Ogbonna. Very good attempts from both goalkeepers here, even though they've been beaten by all but 2 of the penalties so far. Some really good attempts from both Carrizo and Storari. But Ogbonna gives Juventus that advantage again by virtue of going first in the shootout. The 19-year-old Patrick Olsen, the Dane, has to score. 5-4 for Juve, and he does score. Good plea towards the fans with an allegiance to Inter to maybe lift the noise a little bit behind the goal, or maybe some Juventus fans in there. Here comes Martin Cáceres. 5-5. No mistake from the Uruguayan. If we carry on much longer, we'll have the goalkeepers stepping up to take the penalty themselves. 6-5 now for Juventus. All the pressure on Inter, going second. Andrioli up next. And he makes no mistake. 6-6. We're very much deep into this shootout where the people stepping up would very rarely, if ever, do so. It's Chiellini, a long-serving central defender. Going to put his left foot right through this, I think. Just enough. Thought he had designs on really blasting that one, but decided to the amusement of Pirlo, just about managed to spirit it into the corner, despite the best efforts of Carrizo. 7-6 Juve. Alvaro Pereira, another left footer to keep Inter in it. Yes. 7-all in the penalty shootout at the Sun Life Stadium in Miami. Not much emotion from the players. There's not a trophy at stake. Far from it. It's the wooden spoon at stake. Who's to finish bottom of the 8 competing nations in this prestigious pre-season tournament. De Cheli up next for Juve. And their substitutes in the second half. And just about gets it beyond Carita. We've seen a number of penalties almost identical when the goalkeepers have been diving the right way and have been so close to getting a hand, as Carita was there on the De Cheli penalty. 8-7 Juve. Jonathan, the Brazilian, up next for Inter. Oh, what do you read into that face? Doesn't fancy it, does he? That would be my reading. Let's see if he proves me wrong and scores his coolest penalty of the night. And that's good enough. Pretty much down the middle. The goalkeeper had guessed the right way. All ifs and buts. Storari didn't. And on we go. 8-all. We'll be eating into the next match shortly. Still another game to come between Everton and Valencia. Maurizio Isla, the Chilean international. Saved by Carito. And now Inter, opportunity to win the game. Several times they've had to score Inter in order to take the penalty shootout further. And now if they do score, they edge out the Italian champions Juventus. It's the goalkeeper himself, Carito. A hero a split second ago, and a hero again. Muted celebrations. No surprise about that. You might want the match ball. But the goalkeeper who came on in the second half of normal time to replace Handanovic proves to be the difference in the shootout. Juan Pablo Carito saving a penalty from Maurizio Isla and then driving home the decisive spot kick at the end of a marathon penalty shootout. So the first match here today at the Sun Life Stadium in Miami in the inaugural International Champions Cup finished 1-1 at the end of normal time.